COVID-19, discovered in China, in a city by the name of Wuhan. The virus began to spread rapidly all throughout the world. The biggest reason it spread so fast is because it was undetectable 2 weeks before its symptoms started to show. As coolest carriers of the virus traveled the world, others caught the virus, and the process kept repeating. COVID-19 was a huge problem in the world. It caused many quarantines, shortages, and fatal endings. As these problems began to appear more and more, it started to trouble other situations rather than just people. Which leads to the question, how did COVID-19 affect the USA economy? As the virus kept spreading, many businesses had no other choice but to shut down. Many talented entrepreneurs had their dreams cut short. Due to COVID-19, 43% of small businesses in the U.S. had been temporarily closed due to the virus. With businesses being shut down, demands for things became greater and greater, such as job seekers. Businesses reported having to reduce their active employment by 39%. This decline was particularly sharp in the Mid-Atlantic region, with 54% of businesses shut down and employment was down by 47%. These declines started to create a drop in the USA economy chart, and more people were starting to be left out with no jobs. The overall unemployment rate was the highest in April 2020, which was at 14.14%. Monthly values and monthly sales of the economy for things such as retailers, services, manufactured goods, and wholesalers all had a dip in the chart due to COVID-19. These effects can disrupt global supply of goods, which makes it harder for the U.S. to fill orders. These disruptions make it more difficult for companies in the U.S. to bring their goods to customers. With the supply chain being affected by COVID-19, the economy and international trade will slowly begin to drop. To put the economy back to a steady place, it was recommended for Congress and Trump to engage in fiscal stimulus. Fiscal stimulus is when the government reduces taxes or regulations or increase government spending to boost economic activity. In doing so would help out the huge dents in the U.S. economy. With factories in China shutting down, high-tech industries are affected, such as phones, computers, etc. This causes problems since the world is becoming more based off technology. To sum it up, COVID-19 begins to impact businesses and companies, which produces products. They get shut down, which then turns into less products being produced. Then less customers will be able to purchase these products due to supply and demand, which will result in a reduced economic activity and growth, causing the U.S. economy to dip. The economy isn't the only thing being impacted. Millions of lives were significantly changed due to COVID-19. COVID affected everybody differently. Some people had it worse than others. According to studies, autoimmune diseases, including diabetes, heart diseases, greatly increases the risk of catching the virus. The virus tends to be more punishing to a person with health issues. Studies also claim that different racial and ethnic groups have different odds when it comes to COVID-19. As an example, Black Americans are 2.6 times more likely to catch it, and 4.7 times more likely to be hospitalized by the virus. Even though white people are dying in the largest numbers, Black people are dying at much higher rates. This shows that some people can be less fortunate than others when it comes to COVID-19. Age also plays a huge role in the consequences of the virus. Studies show that middle-aged and older adults are more likely to catch COVID-19. Although the virus does not discriminate, People aged at 85 or older are at higher risk when it comes to developing dangerous symptoms. Older adults are more likely to get worse symptoms than kids. Researchers found that COVID-19 also has geographical trends. By April 9, 2020, there had been more COVID-19 related deaths in New York and New Jersey than in the rest of the United States combined. In the United States, by September 15, 2020, there were 6.5 million confirmed cases and more than 195,000 deaths, which is 3 times the American lives that were lost in the Vietnam War. With all the global slowdowns and health crisis in the U.S., the economic crisis was at an unpredictable point. Demands were through the roof, but there were not enough stock to support it. And as the stock grew less and less, the amount of money going into purchasing also grew less. So, with less money circulating into retails and goods, there was less money entering the economy charts, which basically meant less money flowing into the economy.